is going on, guys? Welcome back. So behind the door right here is the drag truck. So you guys have been asking and asking and asking, did we get rid of the drag truck? Where's the drag truck? We are here. Life, you guys know, if you guys follow along, you guys know we've been all over the place for the last 3-4 weeks. We have not had a chance to get back up here. The drag truck is pretty much completely done. Today was pretty much almost the last, I guess, final inspection, going over the checklist of making sure everything is completely done. We're not picking it up today. We'll be picking it up later on next week, but it is pretty much completely done. I am very excited to show you guys. Bob and the guys here at Coker Chassis have just been doing an absolutely amazing job. All of the little details, I think you guys are really gonna love it. I am super pumped. We're gonna go over what's been done a little bit on here, keep you guys up in the loop, and then later on we're gonna give you guys a kind of like a what's happening next after it leaves here. So we're gonna get to that later in the video. Yesterday we did actually bounce down and grab the truck from Muldoon's, so the 05 is back in our possession now, so we'll go back over that later, but we're gonna walk through here and then we're gonna show you guys the drag truck. You get, this is, it's all right, guys. So since you've seen the truck last, from the visual, you might be like, all right, what's been done? But it is a massive ton of little details, and obviously, if you guys know me, details are where it makes it. So everything is, the front end is now completely mounted. I'll get to that. We'll undo that. You guys can get a little sneak peek in there on how the front end is mounted down below there. Obviously, these were already mounted before, so everything is just pretty much been completely done. All the windows have been in, you guys know that. We did actually add these little push things here, because without these, as you can see, there's quite a bit of flex in the door. So we added these to make the door a little bit more secure. Again, all of that is done. Bedside's completely done. We added some bracing. All of the welding has been completely done on the whole chassis. Back here is where a lot of the detail work was done. So we got our fuel cell, air to water box, because we are going to be running air to water on that. We have our battery tray for our 2 batteries. We are running some crazy light batteries. Battery cutoff switch we kind of tied in over here as well. So that is completely done now. Battery shut off. The air dogs are completely mounted nice and fast. We'll be running two air dog pumps on this beast. Trying to remember. It's hard for me to even remember. So the parachute, we're going to be finishing up here. When we go to open up the door now we have to remember to make sure that these are undone. So inside here, we did redo these bars. They had to get moved up a little bit. Got these, the way these are secured, kind of right here like this. Got all of the steering. You can see we moved all the steering back. All the pedals are moved back. The brake and the fuel pedal are moved back. Got all of the window net stuff done up there. Custom window net made for this kind of opening. Everything done in the seat here. And then, yeah, the stuff in the front end. So we have just been moving along. We'll grab Bob to pop this open, but basically the way this works is we pop these open, and then it's actually like a tilt. It'll actually tilt all the way up. If we had like a strap, we could actually hold that just like that, but it does actually come all the way off. Bob got all of these shocks mounted. Those weren't done before, so all of the shocks are welded front and bottom. These are just kind of like aluminum spacers because we don't have springs in there yet. We don't know the actual weight of the vehicle, so we're going to wait to do that. Just a lot of other little details. I'm like forgetting a ton of stuff. We just went through everything. Let me see if I can grab that list. All right, so here's the complete list of everything that's pretty much, last time I was up here, that we pretty much got done. So finished mounting the front end, that was done. The fuel cell, the shocks, the wishbone. Oh, he got the wishbone suspension done in the back here, which is kind of controlling our side to side. All these bars right here, those are all done now, so that's pretty much completely done. All of the underneath here, we actually added another webbing piece to the suspension, or the frame right there, so it just looks a little bit more complete. The water box, I mean, this water box actually, this wasn't bought, this was completely made. Bob made this whole entire thing. So this has our 2 air to water bilge pumps in there, and he bent this box completely up. Got these fittings and welded them inside there kind of seamlessly, so they're all just one piece. We still have to do all of our returns as well as all of our fuel cell kind of returns and stuff like that. We don't have them done. We're going to get the engine in, and then when we start running all of our plumbing, we're going to take care of all of that. The battery switch, which I showed you guys right here, that's our battery cutoff right here, right next to our battery, so it'll be nice and short, nice and clean. Finish mounting cab, so the cab is securely mounted to all of the cage. Door latches, front shock mounts, this parachute mount, which is done. The chute lever, which we still got to run inside the thing. The drive shaft loops, which you can kind of see the front one up there, the rear one we're actually going to bolt in and out so we can get the drive shaft out, so we still have yet to do that. Is one little thing. The custom window net, let me show you guys that. I think actually that has to be redone. We got some wrong measurements, but that is an easy fix. That's coming. So basically that is going to go from down here kind of up to here. So that's a custom made to meet this angle, looks really sweet. The one that he even showed me that was pretty close was really great looking. So the steering column, I came up here, we sat in here. Let's actually climb up in here. Alright, so the other big thing is seeing that, I don't know if you guys can see down in there, you guys will be able to see when I pop the hood off, but from the steering box all the way down here, we have a completely solid steering shaft with a joint down there. This is what's holding it, and then our steering wheel is going to get fastly mounted right to this. So we were looking at the distance, what was comfortable for me, to make sure that that is going to be good. We're going to move that down. Doesn't have the adapter sleeve in there, but we're going to move that down just a little bit to make that a little bit more comfortable for me, because I got long arms, long legs. And then we were going over the brake pedal mounting, and then the fuel pedal, which we are going to move back just slightly because my knee, yes, I'm wearing shorts, look at that, holy smokes, Greg is wearing shorts. But yeah, we're going to move the fuel pedal back just a little bit to make that a little bit more comfortable. What else do we got in here? We got to close the hole in the front bumper. The 4-link is completely finished now. All of the welding is completely finished. All of the holes in the firewall, there was holes that were still left open over there. Those are completely done. Final fit the bed sides, which is pretty much done. We patched the holes in the floor. If you guys remember, to get this main hoop in, we had to cut out a lot of metal right there to kind of get it all in, and Bob ended up making patch panels for that. I'm not even showing you guys over here. I'll get out and show you guys that, but did that. And then the dash, which we are going to take care of a little bit later, seeing that I don't know what our screen setup is going to look like quite yet. So let me jump out of here. Jumping out is not all that bad. This is actually quite easy to get in and out of. You can kind of see right here, this was all pretty much cut out, so we patched that all back up so it all looks nice and clean. Alrighty guys, and here is a look at the front end, pretty much completely done. Like we were mentioning before, I chopped off the frame right here, pretty much right ahead of the steering box, and then got these little legs because our air to water cooler is going to try and squeeze right in right here, and it's going to be kind of a tight fit, so we did chop off the frame to kind of gain some of this access right here, just for intercooler piping if it has to come that close, just to try and gain some access, like I said. So these are little inserts here, and then it kind of rolls right up against this bar right here. So what we're going to do is we are going to re-bend this bar and get this down kind of closer to the middle here to kind of gain some access. But these are like the little roll stops that this thing kind of hinges on, and then just kind of flips back over kind of like that. So front shocks are completely done and mounted to our hoop bar right here. I have to finish grinding all of this smooth, so don't mind all of that. That was just to get the main spring hoop out of the way, so I do have to finish making that all smooth, but the shocks are completely fastened. As you can see, there used to be wooden blocks underneath here, so we are off the blocks. We are on all 4 shocks on these little spacer deals, which is pretty much going to mimic ride height where it's all going to be at. So everything, oh yeah, oh yeah. Here's the solid steering shaft that pretty much comes right up through here. The factory hole will get a little cover plate for that, and then that goes right up to the steering. But that is a look at the front end. So when the engine is sitting in here, there's pretty much going to be nothing in the front end here besides the air to water cooler and the engine. When this front end pops off, you'll be able to see all of the detail. Obviously right now it looks a little rough. It's still, this is just mock-up stuff. Nothing's been painted or anything like that, but I'm getting excited. Heavy breathing, heavy breathing. So all of the holes that were up here are all smooth now. This is where going to be the master cylinder is going to come through right here, and then the cover plate for the steering shaft. But other than that, boys, we are getting close. We are getting very close. Not really, but we still have a lot of work to do, but it's pretty much done here. It is pretty much done here. And like I was saying before, as you see it rolls on here, we could technically tilt this up kind of like that. If it just had like a little bit of a strap going from here to there, we don't really have to completely take it all off. We could just unbutton it and roll it forward too, so we might do that as well. We have finally made it home. We had to hop right on Harry the homeowner jobs. We got the lawn cut. We did a whole bunch of other things around the house to round out the day. Don't mind the lines. They're not perfect. I mean, come on. They're not perfect. But we're home. Super pumped about the drag truck. It is going to be done this week. So we are going to be picking it up at the end of this week, I do believe. There's just some little odds and end things to wrap up, and then it will be done up at Bob's, which I'm extremely pumped. I know it's kind of hard to see some of the intricate details, and quite honestly, it has been going on so long for me that I kind of forget on what you guys have and haven't seen. So just a lot of time with a lot of little details. So that stuff really takes a lot of time, but I am super pumped with everything that Bob has been doing. So in other news, the 05 is back home. The guys, John and Abe and Mike over at Muldoon's got this thing all fixed up. She is ready to tear up the streets again. Actually was an issue in the valve body, which they took care of. It actually was a third gear problem as well as overdrive. So did a whole bunch of little things, went down there, ran quick, picked this thing up. John was actually on vacation, so we went down, picked it up. We do have some very big plans. The truck will be going back down to Muldoon's to get a host of a lot of cool stuff. So you guys can definitely be prepared. Like I can't even talk. I cannot even talk. It is going to be sweet. You guys want to stay tuned for the changes that are coming to the 05 here. It's going to be sweet. Of course, as always, Greg is having a hard time talking here. So one last quick thing I wanted to mention to you guys. I'm not sorry. This isn't like I'm sorry. This is just me kind of acknowledging the fact that we have not been in the shop working on anything for the longest amount of time, and it's not been on purpose. It kind of just like, this is how the cookie has crumbled into life and everything else going on. But we will be getting back to the shop very soon. I actually was planning on going to the shop tomorrow, getting a lot of stuff done on the first gen, but the wheels and tires for the dually are in. So we have to go get those on. I don't think I'll be able to sleep if I don't get them on as soon as possible. You guys are going to be so pumped. So look forward to tomorrow's video. The dually no longer will be on the factory polished Alcoa look. It is, you guys are not ready. It is going to be sweet, but I know that we haven't been in the shop, and again, I'm not sorry about that, but that's just the way kind of the schedule has lined up with everything. But we will be getting back there. We will be turning wrenches. That is what I truly love to do. Is my true passion. On top of that, so when we get the drag truck back from Bob's, so should I get into this right now? I don't know. This is like a whole, I think I've been talking too much in this video to begin with. So there's a plan for when the drag truck comes back from Bob's. It involves another shop. It's going to be so awesome. You guys, it's gonna take the drag truck to the next level, and that's ultimately what I want. I want this thing to be amazing, and I want it to get done as soon as possible. So we do have some other news kind of coming around that. Maybe I'll throw that in tomorrow's video, but that's gonna do it for this video, guys. As always, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys stay tuned. Hit that subscribe button if you have not already. Hit the like button before you leave. Dually Wheels and Tires tomorrow. See ya.